Chris Gunness is from the United Nations Relief and Works Agency. It runs schools that have become shelters for many Palestinians, including the one hit this morning. And he says the attack is a violation of international law. And to be clear, there was no warning.
We gave the precise location of the Jabalia Elementary Girls' School and the fact that it was housing thousands of internally displaced people. This was communicated to the Israeli army 17 times, 17. This, of course, to ensure its protection. The last of those calls was at 10 minutes to 9 last night, just hours before this fatal shelling. Draw your own conclusions. There is absolutely no evidence that we can find so far of militants launching rockets from that school that was hit.
This is the very real emotion of a UN spokesman who broke down on air during a television interview about the situation in Gaza.
The rights of Palestinians, even their children, are wholesale denied, and it's appalling. My pleasure.
Hamas keeps on shooting rockets on our cities and our children, and unfortunately, yes.
Ms. Hotovali, I have to say, there were no rockets in this school. The UN had removed them before this offensive began. The UN told Israel 17 times of the location of this school. Israel knew there were 3,000 people sheltering there. Again, how do you justify
I would like to remind you, since this military operation has started, because Hamas decided to shoot and fire Israel's cities and Israel's children, there were found thousands of rockets in Shifa, in the hospital,
not
in Gaza,
in this particular case.
UN schools, in UN schools.
Ms. Hotovali, I have to correct you. In this particular case, we spoke to the UN less than an hour ago, to the man who runs these schools. There were no rockets in that school. There was no warning given to them, and they told Israel 17 times of the location of the school and who was there.
So again, I would like to remind you, throughout this military operation, time after time, Israeli army found rockets in those UN schools. You can't deny this fact.